That's Boogie Baby. C-47, I believe. She was built in 1942. And this is Boop-de-Boop. She needs a little bit of work. I love the nose art on Boop-de-Boop though. Check that out. Get a little Betty Boop. That's what, well, duh. All right, that's a DC-3 actually. That's not a C-47. It's painted in C-47 configurations, but that's not a C-47. So can you imagine these two aircraft have a 95-foot wingspan? That's how big this hangar actually is, and you can fit two C-47s or a DC-3 and a C-47 in at the same time. So that is my walkway that takes me into the barracks. Hi. This is where all the magic happens. This is where everybody... Shit, I don't know what happened to those guys. Must have disappeared at night. These barracks were completely full, damn near completely full. Across the way, on the other side of Boop-de-Boop, out there, is the officers' barracks, or the Cadre. The Cadre have air conditioning. We do not. So it's 104 outside. We're in the shade. I don't know how much cooler it is in the shade here in Oklahoma, but it's a lot like Phoenix, just not quite as hot as Phoenix. This is our fire escape, so we actually just crawl right up here and down, and there's this giant rope right there. But and then through this wall, it's more space. This whole hangar was built in 1942. It's just freaking huge. This is part of an entire Air Force base. Like you could see off in the distance over there where it came in, part of the property. But this is where they used to park all the planes and train bomber pilots back in the 40s, back during the war. And the runway kind of goes that direction. But home sweet home. And the cool thing is everybody got a Foot Locker this year, and I guess they didn't have that in previous years, but everybody's got their own Foot Locker. I didn't need one because I brought my own, and this is my living space. That's not my name, but thank you Chris and your grandfather. His stuff, all the amenities, my boot polish, t-shirts, camera, Jeep cap, white t-shirts, shorts for sleeping in. And underneath is just a bunch more stuff. My bunk, it's a bed roll up. My helmet, usually helmets go downstairs right next to the mess hall, but not today because I just got done doing my test. My shoulder feels better, by the way. And here's where you hang your stuff. You have a little area for my towel, and I use the M1 ammo bag for toiletries and other stuff. And you hang up your uniforms and crap. That's another thing. I have no idea what happened to my jacket. It's downstairs. I just can't bother anybody down there right now because they're all testing. But here's my view. Like I said, there's no air conditioning, so we rely on these giant fans. Like, I mean, here. That's my foot. That's how big that fan is. And they hooked up a swamp cooler a couple of days ago. And it's really surprising how nobody knows what a swamp cooler is out of some parts of the country where it's just humid, like Chicago or Virginia. Nobody has a swamp cooler out there, so I had to teach people how to fill that sucker and what to do with it. It's just kind of funny, but this is it. I couldn't make it to jump phase because of this shoulder injury, so I couldn't. They pulled me from the PLF pit. They didn't want me to screw myself up even more, so I wouldn't ever come back. On top of their motto being remember, honor, and serve, they say don't give up on them because they won't give up on you. I'm welcome to come back here anytime I want, and I can't wait to watch these guys jump in a couple of days. So that's the tour of my barracks, where I've been living, where I will have lived for 7.5 days. Right now I'm going to eat a whatchamacallit and smoke a cigarette.